Baby, I don't know if y'all can even see me, but I can see you when you're not smiling because your guides tell on you, honey. So before you receive this reading today, give me a smile, darling, even if it's for half a moment. Hey, girl. Hello, my beautiful lovely. My name is Simply Velka, and today, darling, I'm going to be getting into a daily tarot message for everybody. For those that feel called to receiving this message, this could pertain. It doesn't matter what zodiac sign you are, darling. It doesn't matter what gender you are. You could be he, she, they, or other, right? It does not matter. I'm just here to relay a message that Spirit feels appropriate to bring forward to everybody. So if you find any tarot cards that resonate with you in this daily reading today, be sure to let me know in the comments below, darling, which cards resonate and how they do, because that's how I keep up with y'all. If you do enjoy this tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibes, darling, or you just enjoy this outfit, hello, I would really appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you guys take that extra step to support me in that way. Keep in mind though, darling, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate, leave what doesn't. I am just here to give you some food for thought, a perspective to consider, never making choices in your life. So let's just jump into your daily tarot reading today. Let's see what messages need to come forward for you guys. Let's see what's going on here. We have, darling, girl, we have the Death card that came forward, with the Seven of Cups coming in here. And then finally, we have the Seven of Wands here. Ooh, baby girl, baby boy, baby they. Y'all, right off the bat, we have so much to be unpacking. I even feel like I need to get some oracle cards into the mix of this, darling. Let's see here. But as I talk about this, as I pick out some oracle cards, I want to talk firstly about what this even means, right? Some of you guys who are not familiar with tarot, which is okay, darling. That's my job to do, right? If you knew how to do tarot, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have a business, darling. In this setup here, the reason why I reacted the way that I did is that it's not a bad setup right off the bat. I want to just preface. This is a setup where it's telling me that you guys are really at this place of trying to figure out how you want to handle a situation. I'm going to speak in terms of a social situation, but for those that are resonating with this in terms of like is something else, darling, that's your prerogative, right? But with this, I'm getting a straight up narrative of where someone I'm getting like a group dynamic heavily, so maybe it's more than just one person involved in this situation, of where you guys are left with this place of being like, you don't know how to handle a situation. You feel somewhat drawn to, I feel like a lot of you guys are leaning towards like cutting a situation off and like really walking away, pushing the block button on something, on somebody, and be like, all right, bye, Felicia, darling. If you know that movie reference, hello, you're my kind of people, and that's why you're watching this reading. But yeah, it's very much so, especially in this dynamic with the Seven of Cups here, it's not such a black and white decision as it might come off as, right? For many people, there would be like, well, why don't you, if you have questions of cutting this person off, why don't you just do it, right? There's a reason as to why you're feeling a little bit indecisive towards it. Some of you guys may not want to let go of this just because maybe you're being hopeful of growth that might happen in this situation. Other of you guys, it may, and because it involves other people, you're kind of worried about how, if you choose to cut one specific person off, like what this means for you and the other dynamics, right? The Death card, I feel like, is pretty self-explanatory, right? For that closure. Seven of Cups is that indecisiveness, right? It also can kind of represent the multiple cups, the multiple party members, if there are multiple party members involved in this. It is paired with the Seven of Wands as well. That's like the perception of like people, how they're perceiving you, how they're seeing you at this time, right? It does feel as if, for some of you guys, I just heard like a sense of frustration of where it's just like, why are people trying me at this time? Why are people just not able to be normal with you at this time? Darling, I said I was going to get you an oracle card and I got a little bit distracted. I apologize, baby. Uh, so let's get an oracle card on this before I get any other clarifiers, y'all. Let's see here. All right, here. So we have the stag spirit number 58, which would equal to 4 in numerology, in old school numerology, anyways. The stag spirit talks about taking a lead. And so it's interesting because it kind of pairs with the Seven of Wands when you think about it, of where it's just like, again, it's this sense of like you needing to take action, you having like the final say on something. And with this, I just feel as if for you guys were just like pushed to this point. Again, I don't feel as if you guys necessarily have want to necessarily like right off the bat just cut this off, right? I feel like there's a lot of complexities to this situation. It feels like it's just like there's a lot of moving parts to this. You may work with this person, you may have some type of commitment, maybe. I mean, for some, well, I don't want to say marriage, but it just feels as if like it's not just a simple case of like where you can just push the block button and the rest of your life continues. It feels as if like there's like other things that you would have to manage after you push that block button, darling. So let's get some clarifiers on this. Let's see if we can deep dive into this message here. All right, so we have here the Two of Wands. So yes, darling, this is under your Death card. So this is talking about one, for many of you guys at this point, I see you guys at one point saw this person in terms of like your long term. That also shows in terms of contracts as well. So it was confirming to me what I was feeling before, where it's like feels as if there's some type of commitment made, even if the commitment was just to yourself, of where you're just like deciding for yourself and being like, all right, like I'm going to give this connection all that I have, right? Because I do feel like this sense of obligation that you might feel towards this situation. There's something here that's making you push on with this connection that makes you kind of I don't want to say stuck on it. Queen of Swords clarifying your Seven of Cups. So definitely this is a case of boundaries coming in. This is really the reason as to why you are feeling drawn to being like cutting this off and being like enough is enough, darling, right? Your boundaries are being pushed. You're feeling as if you're being disrespected, and so again, it's like it feels as if you were pushed to your brink, pushed to your limit, or your breaking point rather, and now you're kind of, it feels almost as if your hand is being pushed into this way, where it's just like you didn't want to have to do this, but since they keep on pushing your hand in this way, you're just like, all right, baby, like if you really wanted, we have to go here. The Magician card, under clarifying your Seven of Wands. So again, another card of like taking charge, really controlling your own life, right? Because when you think about it, the Magician card is the master, like the creator of their own reality. And so when you have this clarifying these Seven of Wands, it's very much so like the actions that you take is almost going to be like a wake up call for some people. Whether it's just like through like your peers or just the wake up call with this person, where you're just like enough's enough, like a wake up call, and having them realize that they can't do whatever it is that was going on that had you feeling as if your boundaries were being disrespected, right? So this is very interesting here. So I want to get some cards in regards to like how this person feels about this situation, right? Because now I'm feeling a little bit nosy. I'm laughing because I have like that like Real Housewives just like playing in my head now, because it's just like I don't know if that is even any relevance. It could just deal with the fact that just the drama of the song. So how they're feeling about this situation here is the Eight of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups in the reverse. So I'm going to hold up the cards in the upright, of course, so you can actually see the, I say this as I flip one of them around, so you actually can see the artwork of them as best as you can, darling. So their perspective on this, you guys, is that they don't want to walk away from this. They are wanting to emotionally, from their point of view, they're emotionally like hooked into this situation. From their point of view, they feel as if they've grown from this, or that they can improve, really, right? Because when you think about the Eight of Pentacles, it's all about that up leveling energy. Eight of Cups is that card of like wanting to, when it's in the upright, it's talking about wanting to walk away, y'all. It's wanting to just like, again, just like emotion, at the very least, emotionally detach, right? Because keep in mind, Cups is water energy, emotions, darling, you get the picture. So from their perspective, like they don't want to give this up. All right, they don't want to give this up from their perspective. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised for some of you guys that they don't really see what it is that they're doing wrong here, to be perfectly honest. And it's almost as if they're kind of oblivious to how they're making you feel, is how I'm kind of getting from this as well. So while you don't have to do this, darling, right? Keep in mind, I'm just reading some tarot cards, so I don't know y'all's dynamic, but I do feel as if for some of you guys, this person is just oblivious, and communication might be key here. If you already communicated with them, then obviously that message portion is irrelevant. Four of Wands here as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, like, if you guys are like married to this person. There is some type of commitment here. I'm getting very much so like unfulfilling relationship, unfulfilling friendship, work relationship. It just feels as if like there's commitment here, there's dedication here, but there's like a lack of passion here. And it's just interesting because I like, how are you feeling about the situation, right? How are you feeling about them? Because on their side of things, they're really like, they just kind of see this as like a committed situation of like, it's always going to be there, if that makes sense, right? So how are you feeling about it? Knight of Pentacles. So you've consistently just been extremely patient with this, right? You've been patient with this. You've been almost as if, because you probably could even see how like understand their energy a little bit and be like, oh, maybe they're just oblivious and don't understand. But I see with that Knight of Pentacles, you've been really patient with this. King of Wands here with the Star card in the reverse. But it's almost as if like through you trying to maintain being patient with this is kind of like forced you into a role, or forced you in such a way where you are acting in such a way that's just not how you normally would act, or like how you even want to be acting. For some of you guys, you may be feeling frustrated because you're just saying, it's like, I'm not your parent. I'm not here to take care of you. We're supposed to be equals here, right? Because I do just get this sense of frustration where it's just like, it's almost as if like you want to just shake them and just be like, if you just acted proper, if you just grew up, right? If you just like did something like this could be so good. And I can understand this a little bit better as to why you are like acknowledging like where their potential is, but you're just like, again, it's just as like you've been patient about this for such a long time, and you're just at a point where you're just like, all right, like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, darling. You don't know if you can do this anymore. And it does feel as if like you just feel pushed. Like it feels like your hand is being forced. Like you feel as if your hand is being forced in this situation, where it's just like it didn't have to be this way, right? If they just were to act up, or act up, baby, they're having no problems acting up, clearly, if you're having those kind of feelings. But if they were to act right. So let's see best case scenario, darling, with this, right? Let's do a best case scenario with this situation. The Nine of Cups tried to come out. Well, tried to come out, baby, it's out. Didn't try nothing, darling. We have here the Six of Wands. I mean, darling, this is looking like a best case scenario with the Five of Swords here. Why the Five of Swords? Emperor card in the reverse with the Nine of Cups. I'm going to be honest here. I mean, it was looking extremely positive here with that Nine of Cups and the Six of Wands. I was just like, the Nine of Cups is, by definition, is like a wish fulfillment, a wish being granted. And the Six of Wands is all about victory, being noticed. It's a fabulous card. It's my favorite card outside of the Major Arcana. And so I was here. I was like, okay, like wish fulfillment. You're being seen, being received. You're feeling fabulous, darling. And then this Five of Swords switches it up. It switches up this message entirely, where I was just like, ugh. Where it's like, if you look closely at the card, I'm going to try to have you guys see it as best as I can. These long arms, I don't know if they're long enough, darling. Where it's like you are very much so Joan of Arc energy, where it's just like you are standing here in your brightness and in your light, which would be fitting with that Six of Wands message, right? I keep saying I'm going to show you all the card, and I keep on moving it around, huh? And then you have the people in the back here, kind of just in the dark. And so with this energy, it's very much so you becoming your most empowered, right? That's why Miss Thing, Miss or Mr. Thing over here is holding up this sword and feeling their fabulousness. But then when you have it with the Emperor card in the reverse and this Knight of Cups coming in here, this is kind of showcasing to me of where your happiness kind of lies into a new offer, right? It's almost as if, like, through you claiming your power through this, through you taking a stand, putting your foot down in the situation, um, you start feeling a lot better about yourself. You start feeling more empowered in this situation, and it's through this new energy, this new independence that newfound independence that you develop with yourself. You get other offers, right? That's why this Knight of Cups shows up in your reading. So let's get some clarifiers on this before we close off the tarot portion of this psalm. But this is such an interesting message that came through for y'all. Yeah, darling. We have the Strength card coming in here with the Ten of Cups coming in as well. Should we do one more, dolls? We'll do one more. We also have the Nine of Swords. So for some of you guys, I feel as if you guys may be sticking it out with this situation with this person because you're kind of worried about your family life, right? Again, it's like this. I really wouldn't be surprised if this person is somehow involved in terms of like your just because I just get such committed energy here, especially with that Ten of Cups and that family, right? Some of you guys, you may be really drawn to just like walking away from some type of committed connection or some type of connection that you really have tried to commit to. But what has intimidated some of you guys from walking away from this is that you're kind of worried about what will come after the fact if you will actually receive any type of other offer, right? And so this Knight of Cups comes in as this affirmation where it releases that anxiety. You almost realize it's like, oh, this is in my head. And I would be almost be willing to say, for some of y'all, I wanted to just say Aries randomly for some reason. I feel called in saying that part of the reason why you guys may be having this perspective of anxiety about not having another connection coming forward to you, not having another opportunity coming for you, and that's why you're sticking this out. You may be feeling this way just because this situation here just has you not feeling at that lovely about yourself. You're not feeling your most empowered. You don't realize, like, it's almost as if you lost sight of how gorgeous you are, how beautiful you are, how just lovely of an individual you yourself are. And so it's almost as if you're not seeing yourself clearly, and that's what's feeding into some of that anxiety that you're feeling. Just a hunch, though, right? But I do see for those, like, the best case scenario, darling, is you claiming your power back, you being like, all right, doll, I was patient, I was waiting this out for you. You ain't changing, you ain't improving, you want to keep acting up, whatever that narrative is, darling. You walking away and you replace it really quickly with someone that actually sees you for you, appreciates the powerful individual that you are, because I do feel for some of you guys with that Five of Swords, when I was showing you guys that artwork, it's very much so like some of you guys may be dealing with a situation that don't quite like seeing you in your most empowered state, and they're trying to keep you down. So that's just what I feel called to with tarot. Let's close this up with some oracle cards, and also I do feel okay. Manatee card coming in, baby, baby, baby. So the manatee card coming in here: accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it. Darling, I mean, I could have just pulled this card and I could have saved myself from pulling like 10 different tarot cards, don't you think? I feel like it's kind of self explanatory, don't you think, darling? So, yeah. As I was in back of the deck is the tortoise card. You're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded. I do feel as if this situation has made you feel fragmented. And I feel like the correct, obviously, free will, darling. You do what you want to do, darling. It's not going to affect my life either way, but I do feel as if like this situation here is just not of service to you. It's not making you feel your most empowered. So, y'all, I'm gonna close that off there. This portion here now, y'all may be wondering, it's like, oh, Valka, darling, what are these gorgeous? I think they're blue cards. I'm colorblind. I think they're blue though. What are these gorgeous blue cards, darling? What is up here? I noticed you weren't pulling any cards here. These are some crystal cards. So what I want to do here is for those that are looking to be enabled, darling, right? If you want to go crystal shopping, or if you just have a bunch of crystals and you just need to be reminded to work with a certain crystal in your keep, this is what the portion for this, right? So if you're looking to buy a new crystal, or if you're just looking to figure out what crystal you should work with at this time, darling, this is the portion for you. So let's see here. Also, if you choose to buy a crystal, let me know, and I want to see it. I love, darling, I love crystals. So come on now. Let's see what crystal y'all should be working with. And of course, it's the crystal I don't know how to pronounce properly. Rhodonite? Rhodonite? Ooh, baby, I think I got it. Rhodonite. Rhodonite is coming forward to you. Admittedly, darling, I don't know squat about this crystal, so I'm going to suggest for you to look up the stone yourself so you can see how it fits. Girl, we also have the diamond as the back of the deck here as well, so come on now. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Hope this is just a fun portion, but I hope this reading was helpful to those that needed to hear this message. And yeah, I suppose I'm just going to be giving my love to all of you guys. Be sure to check out your weekly tarot zodiac signs or your monthlies for September as well, if you're interested. And I will be seeing you guys sometime in the near future, hopefully. I love you so much. Bye.